The East Daily Download is sponsored this week by the following.
Did you know that 1 in 5 adults experience hearing loss, but most people are waiting on an average of 7 to 10 years to seek treatment for it or do something about it? I'm joined by audiologist Tracy Nolan to really educate viewers at home on hearing loss and the processes you can take with that. Please, Tracy, thank you for being here today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. I'm Tracy Nolan. I'm an audiologist. I do diagnostic hearing testing, and I also fit hearing aids, which has been a delight for my career.
Okay, wow, and that's really important into what we're talking about today. So for people at home who might not be aware of the signs of hearing loss, how can you identify those?
When a person is talking about people are mumbling, when they're turning up the TV, when they sort of check out, you're at a situation, a social situation, especially a very noisy one, and they sort of check out, they can be just not hearing, and so it's so much work, they just stop working. The problem of untreated hearing loss is it's one of the #1 causes for dementia and Alzheimer's. So it's a very, very big deal, and it's something that needs to be looked into immediately.
When you identify it at home, you're noticing that kind of sounds like me. How do you get involved? How can you help?
All you have to do is call one of our Hearing Life offices, and I'm here in the New Bern office, and I'm here every day, and all the patient would need to do would be to call the office and make an appointment. Our company is very passionate, Hearing Life is very passionate about hearing loss and excellence in hearing care.
So could you talk to me about the process? What is a hearing assessment?
Sure, a hearing assessment would start with me talking to the patient about struggles that they're having with their hearing. That would be one of the first questions I'd ask them is, what are you noticing about your hearing? And I would do a case history. I would look into medical issues if they're having, but then I would look in their ears, make sure they're clear, and test them. Put them in the booth, which we have right here, and test them, which is basically pushing a button when you hear the tones. I'd have them repeat words for me as well. So.
That's a really, like you're saying, pain-free, easy process to really get going. From there, if people need more help with that, what's the next step?
Well, if I identify a hearing loss, then I'm going to explain that hearing loss to the patient. And I would put hearing aids on them to show them what they could expect from a hearing aid, and if in fact that does help them and it does alleviate their problem. The latest greatest in hearing aid technology is called the Oticon More. I actually have it right here. It's a rechargeable hearing aid. Comes in different colors, is worn behind the ear, and then a little tip is worn in the ear. They're virtually invisible. People just don't see them at all.
That's definitely high tech, like you said. I mean, the sleekness of that is not what you expect to see when you're thinking of hearing aids.
Exactly.
So it's definitely come a long way.
And as I tell my patients all the time, a hearing aid is far less noticeable than a hearing loss.
The East Daily Download is sponsored this week by the following.